The woman knew her mother-in-law had high blood pressure, but still encouraged her to keep the baby, because in her last life, her 60-year-old mother-in-law suddenly got pregnant again. The woman worried it was too risky at such an old age and kindly advised her to terminate the pregnancy. But the day after the surgery, her husband died in a car accident. Her parents-in-law poured all their hatred onto her, and in a fit of rage poisoned her to death. She closed her eyes in regret and resentment. When she opened them again, she woke up from the nightmare. But just as she thought it was only a dream, her mother-in-law called her to the living room with a troubled face. She said she had just found out she was pregnant. The woman realized at once that she had been reborn. To avoid raising suspicion, she still used high blood pressure as an excuse and advised her to end the pregnancy at that moment. Her husband came out after hearing the noise. The mother-in-law immediately asked for his opinion, but he said he did not understand these things and told her to listen to the woman more. The woman could not help but sneer in the last life. He clearly did not want the child, yet he pushed her out to play the villain. And the spineless father-in-law also agreed, insisting that the woman make the decision. Looking at the hopeful face of her mother-in-law, the woman suddenly changed her tone and said this child must be born. It was a gift from heaven with modern medicine and early prevention. Everything would be safe, seeing her still hesitate. The woman promised that after the baby was born, she would personally take care of her during recovery. The mother-in-law was overjoyed and kept praising her as a good daughter-in-law, but the husband angrily dragged the woman into the bedroom and questioned her why she agreed to keep the child. He even ordered her to go to the hospital the next day for a checkup, and if she still could not get pregnant, she should get out of this family at once. The next day, the woman came home looking devastated. The woman told them with tears in her eyes that she went to the hospital for tests and found that her body was completely fine. The one who could not have children was actually her husband. Looking at the report she handed over, her parents-in-law were filled with fear. Luckily, they listened to her yesterday and kept this child. Otherwise, this family would really have no future. To reassure them, the woman went with her mother-in-law to the hospital for another checkup. After careful consideration, the doctor kindly advised her to terminate the pregnancy, but the mother-in-law exploded on the spot, scolding the doctor for talking nonsense, and insisted on giving birth no matter what. The woman quickly comforted her mother-in-law under her soothing words. Her mood improved and they returned home. But after the husband found out that his mother had already done prenatal checks, he soon showed his true colors. He directly ordered his mother to terminate the pregnancy at once, or he would no longer be her son. The mother-in-law was so angry, she could not speak clearly and shouted in rage. If it were not because he could not have children, she would not be having a second baby, provoked by his mother. The husband became furious from shame and dragged the woman back to the bedroom, insisting on proving that night whether he could get a woman pregnant or not. Just when the woman did not know how to escape, a message suddenly came from his mistress telling him that she was pregnant.